What's up, buddies? What Jim? I'm joined by Nick Townsend by the Vibe.
Hello.
How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing great. We get to talk about one of my favorite groups.
Yep, we're going to be talking about ABBA. And we're going to be reviewing their 1976 Arrival album. We're also going to be talking about our top 5 ABBA songs.
Yes, we are.
So I'm looking forward to doing this for a while. It was only a week ago, actually. I actually bought the album on vinyl. I bought it in a record fair. Well, it was in the market. There was a record store in the market. So I guess we'll just go straight to reviewing the album.
Cool.
Do you have any thoughts for going into it?
I'm gonna say it. This is one of their best albums. Usually, this is my favorite. This is usually the pick for most people's favorite album from them. I really want to say this is my favorite, but there's two other albums that are contending to be my favorite. Voulez-Vous and The Visitors are really they're battling really hard. Eventually I will be doing an ABBA ranking after, because me, Jason, and Jacob, and hopefully Briar joins us on this, but we're going to be doing an ABBA series, and we're going to be doing an album ranking at the end. I'll invite you if you want to join me on that, but those are three albums, but this is a really strong album. This is their highest selling album, and in my opinion, for a really good reason, because so many good songs.
So we'll start off with the first track, and that is "When I Kissed the Teacher."
When I Kissed the Teacher. So this is it's not so, in my opinion, it shouldn't work as an album opener, but it works for me. It's the opening chord with the opening chords in the beginning, and it shouldn't work because it's literally about a song about a girl kissing her geometry teacher, but for some reason it works. Like, they were able to get away with it, and most people are like, oh, maybe Dancing Queen should have been the opening, but I actually really like this opener. This is one of my favorite album openers from them.
I do think Dancing Queen should have opened the album, but I do think this is one of the better songs on the album. Even though I'm not really the biggest fan of it lyrically. I think it's one of the strongest songs in terms of the instrumentation. I've not really got too much to say about it, but yeah, I'm glad it's included on the album.
Yeah, I like Agneta's vocal on it too. She did a good job.
Then we move on to the next song, the second track, "Dancing Queen." Their biggest hit.
Biggest hit for a reason. This song is awesome. Yeah. This is a great song. From the piano chord with a pew, with the I try to replicate, but that piano slide at the beginning is
very iconic.
Very, very iconic for good reasons. The chorus, you can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life.
Yeah, it's very catchy.
It's catchy. It's to the point. This is a timeless classic, and it's one of those things where it's like either you really love this song or you're a liar. How I can't imagine anyone not liking this song. This song is so happy. It's this is a great song. Definitely a big hit for a good reason. It's one of their greats.
Well, it's in my top 5 ABBA songs, so I'll say my thoughts when we get to our top 5 ABBA songs. But then we've got the third track on the album, which is "My Love, My Life."
Now this one, I like this song, but if we're ranking the songs on the album, this is towards the bottom of the list. But if we're ranking all the songs, this is pretty high up there. But this is a nice, beautiful, like, calm song to like follow up those two kind of fast-paced songs. This is a very, very pretty song, in my opinion. It's not one of their big hits, but I think this is a very underrated song, in my opinion. I quite like it. This definitely could have been a pretty good single if it was released, but that's just me, though.
Well, in my opinion, it's not only one of my favorite songs from the album, but it's actually one of my favorite ABBA songs. It's in my top 10. I think it's one of the better ballads I think it's a pretty perfect song. I think it goes really well with being the next track after Dancing Queen.
Mm-hmm.
We got the fourth track, which is Dum Dum Diddled. It's a bit of a funny name for a song.
So I read up on it. This was supposedly like sort of tacked on at the end of the album, like sort of like to fill out time. And Bjorn, the usual male lead vocalist when he does sing lead, he showed disdain toward the song, and I don't get it. I love this song so much. I love the little synthesizer. I this is I'm just gonna spoil it now. This is my favorite song on the album. It's catchy. This is probably the most underrated song on the album. A lot of people hate this song, like say this is like one of the worst songs. I'm like, I never got it. I've always liked this from the first time I heard this album until now. I'll defend this song from now until death. This song is amazing, in my opinion.
Well, in my opinion, it is a really good song, but it's towards the bottom of the album for me. But it's pretty cool. It's your favorite song on the album.
Yeah, a lot of people hate it for some reason. I don't get it.
I think it's quite an underrated song.
Yeah.
And you got the final song for the first side, and that's Know Me, Knowing You. And another one of my favorite ABBA songs.
This song is awesome. This is another song. It's like another catchy chorus. Knowing me, knowing you. It's just another one of those songs that just it's so much of the songs. It's just playing earworms in all the best way possible. Like once you hear this song, it's like it's hard to get it out of your head. This is another one of their big hits. For an amazing reason. This is another song that I really, really enjoy. Really like Annie Frida's lead on this song. I think she does a really good job of doing that.
Yeah. And then we go to the first track of the second side, which is Money, Money, Money. Must be funny. Yeah.
It's a rich man's world. This song is awesome. This is like one of those songs that just kind of reminds me of something that would be in like an opera or like a musical. I know there was the ABBA movies, but this sounds like something that it sounds like they were playing on the Mamma Mia movies even way before the Mamma Mia movies were even made.
Yeah.
It sounds like this would be in a musical, and I would have loved to hear a musical with this song involved. Like if there was an actual movie like with this song involved. This sounds like like the first song in a musical, and I love it all the way. The chorus, money, 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 must be funny in a rich man's world. This is one of those songs. It's like so like the music in it is amazing. The intro, it's another earworm on the album, and this is easily in my top 5 for sure. In my top 5 on the album.
Yeah, it is an excellent song. It's to be honest, it's towards the bottom of the ABBA hits, in my opinion. But I still think it's fantastic. It's probably middle tier for me on the album. But it just goes to show how good the album is. But the fact this is mid tier for me. Then we've got the 7th track, which is the song That's Me.
This is a cool song because this is like sort of like one of their disco songs because they're not the next album, but the album after that, Voulez-Vous, they go heavy in disco, and this is like one of the first songs that they really do disco, and I think it's a great like hint as to what their sound would become when they start doing disco. And this is another one of my favorites on the album. It's there was actually a music video for the song, surprisingly. I'm not sure if it was a big song or not. I don't remember the song that much until I heard the album back. But hey, this is a fantastic song. I really, really like it.
My dog's barking.
All good.
So she's all right now though. But yeah, I think the song's really good. It's one of the better songs of the album, I'd say. I think it's quite an underrated one. There's quite a few underrated songs on the album, but this is definitely one of them. Not really got too much else to say about it, but I think it's one of the best songs that they did in the album. Enough said. So the 8th track we've got "Why Did It Have to Be Me."
This is a really good song on the album. This is another kind of dark horse song on the album. This and Dum Dum Diddle, like these two songs, like I get the most, like people like dislike the most on the album. Like this isn't like one of my favorites on the album. It's not in my top 5 or anything of the songs, but I really enjoy this. I love Bjorn's lead vocals on it. I like the harmonies on it. I like the sort of 50s like rockabilly style of it. I really like this song. I never personally, I've never had any problems with that. This is another song I really don't get why so many people dislike it.
I didn't realize a lot of people disliked it. I thought it was always meant to be one of the better songs on the album. Yeah, I really like the song.
Yeah,
I think it's very good. But I just probably mentioned that it was 50 years ago yesterday that ABBA won Eurovision with their song Waterloo.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's mostly because usually like when if Annie, Frida, or Agneta don't sing, if Bjorn sings, mostly for the most part people don't really like when Bjorn sings. It's mostly like when they hear Bjorn sing, they're like, there's one song on Voulez-Vous called "Does Your Mother Know" that people like, but besides that song, not many people like when Bjorn sings. I find Bjorn to be really underrated of a singer.
I agree. Yeah. Then we got the second to last song on the album, which is the song "Tiger."
Hell yeah, I love this song. This song is awesome. This is amazing. It's one of those songs that like it's one of those songs that it's another deep gem on the album. Like you never heard it before, but like this is like a song that you discover on the album. And it's like, wow, like why was this not big or anything? It's really like the chorus. I am the tiger. This is like one of those songs that I really wish would have been big.
And Mike, Two Legends Live. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
I wonder if Mike likes ABBA.
I hope so.
I wonder if he likes them. But I like this song. But to be honest, it's actually my least favorite song on the album.
Okay.
But yeah, I still think it's good, but I'm not sure if it was needed on the album, in my opinion. I think I would like the album just as much without it. It's the last song on the album with proper singing in it, because next one's pretty much an instrumental, and that's Arrival, the title track.
So Arrival, I quite liked Arrival. It's a cool little deep cut on the album. They did like, if I remember correctly, they only have 2 instrumentals in their catalog, and this and one on their previous album. I like their instrumentals. This is probably my least favorite on the album by default. It's great, but it's of course it's not on par with the other songs in my opinion. But it is cool though. I really like the part where the girls sing at the end with the backing vocals at the end. It definitely feels like the album cover, like them arriving with the helicopter. But yeah, this is a cool way to end off the album, though. I have no problems with it.
Mike says he likes ABBA. Yeah, I like those Mamma Mia movies. And ABBA was actually my grandma's favorite band as well, which is pretty cool. But I think the songs are fantastic. I wasn't expecting much much from the instrumental, but I was kind of blown away by it. It's actually one of my favorite tracks on the album. So I think it definitely ends a very epic note with this song. I think it would have been just as good as the album opener instead. But that's also thoughts on that song. So I'll rank all the songs from the album. So I'll let you go first, Nick.
Cool. My number 10 is going to be Arrival, the title track. It's great, but like I said, it's kind of like one of those default things. Number 9, My Love, My Life. Number 8, When I Kissed the Teacher. Number 7, Why Did It Have to Be Me? Number 6, Dancing Queen. Number 5, Knowing Me, Knowing You. Number 4, Tiger. Number 3, That's Me. Number 2, Money, Money, Money. And number 1, Dum Dum Diddle.
I don't think we matched on any of those songs, which I find quite interesting. So my number 10 is Tiger. My number 9 is Dum Dum Diddle. My number 8 is Why Did It Have to Be Me. My number 7 is Money, Money, Money. 6 is That's Me. 5 is When I Kissed the Teacher. 4 is Arrival. 3 is My Love, My Life. My second favorite is Know Me, Knowing You. My favorite is Dancing Queen. So my favorites are the biggest songs on the album.
Good for a good reason.
So before we get to our top 5 ABBA songs, what would you give the album out of 10?
I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. I don't know if we're gonna talk about the bonus tracks or not.
Oh yeah, we could talk about that after we give the album rating.
Okay, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 though. I liked every song on the album.
Yeah, I like every song on the album, but I'm not going to give it a 10. I'm going to give it a 9.25 out of 10. And maybe if we listen to it, it could go up to a 9.5. But yeah, we'll talk about the bonus tracks now. So the first track is, of course, Fernando.
This should have been on the album. That song is awesome. This is one of their...
definitely. It should have definitely been on the album, yeah.
This is like one of their most iconic songs. It mystifies me how this wasn't on the album. There's probably some reason why, but man, this would have been perfect on the Arrival album. But yeah, this is a great song. I love it so much.
Yeah, it definitely should have been on the album. And I really liked it when Cher sang it in the Mamma Mia movie.
Mm-hmm.
She sang it in the second one.
Cool.
But I'm surprised it didn't make the album, as I know that the song was quite big for them. And then, of course, the other bonus track is Happy Hawaii.
I like the song. It's pretty good. I liked it, but yeah, this is one of my not one of my favorite ABBA songs. It's kind of towards the bottom of my ranking of all their songs.
I can see that. Yeah, I didn't think it was anything amazing. I still liked it though. But it reminded me a lot of Why It Have to Be Me. I told you that before we started the live stream. But I'm not sure which one came first, though. I think Why It Have to Be came first. But it probably inspired the tune for Happy Hawaii. But now that we've reviewed Arrival, we'll go through our top 5 ABBA songs. Do you go through on the mentions first?
We should do. We might as well.
Yeah. So you can go first with yours then.
Cool. Yeah, I'll try to give us. I'll try to be brief on it. The way Old Friends Do from Super Trooper, Dancing Queen from Arrival, Voulez-Vous from Voulez-Vous, If It Wasn't from the Lights from Voulez-Vous, Happy New Year from Super Trooper, Pasta Manata from Waterloo, Knowing Me, Knowing You from Arrival, Susie Hang Around from Waterloo, Tiger from Arrival, Take a Chance on Me from the album, The Visitors from The Visitors, One Man, One Woman from the album, Fernando, bonus track, Poem Your Soul from the album, Gimme, 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 another bonus track, Dance While the Music Still Goes On from Waterloo, Honey, Honey from Waterloo, and Like an Angel Passing Through My Window from Visitors, Kisses of Fire from Voulez-Vous, and lastly, I'll say Money, Money, Money from Arrival.
Good choices. So I've got mine for number 10 to number 6. So my number 10 is one of the last ABBA songs, and that's I Still Have Faith in You. It's my favourite song from the ABBA Voyage album. My number 9 is Super Trooper. Of course, the title track for the Super Trooper album. And number 8 is My Love, My Life, which we talked about earlier in the Arrival album. My number 6 is... Sorry, my number 7 is SOS. And my number 6 is Our Last Summer. But I'll also throw in Honey Honey in there as well. So I guess we'll get to our number 5. So what's your fifth favourite ABBA song?
My number 5 is going to be Head Over Heels from the Visitors album. This is a very cool song on the album. I love the sort of cool synth intro to it. Head over heels. Another great chorus. This is like a cool song from the Visitors album. This is my favorite song from, actually my second favorite song from the Visitors. It's a very cool song. Definitely a cool deep cut, if it is a deep cut. I don't really hear many people talk about it from what I could tell. It's a really cool song. I highly recommend whoever's watching listen to it.
I'm just checking if it is a single. I think it might be the single for them.
Let me check.
But I'm not sure.
Head over heels.
No, I'm not sure.
Head Over Heels. It was a double A side with the Visitors. The title track.
All right. So I'll get to my number 5, which is a song from the 1980 Super Trooper album. That's the Winner Takes It All. One of ABBA's biggest songs. Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I do think it's a bit overplayed, which is why it's not any higher in my top 5. But yeah, I still think it's fantastic. I think Agnes does one of the best vocal performances here. I love the piano playing as well. It's just a really good song, and I like the way it's included in the film as well. But that's my number 5.
My number 4 is going to be a song from the Arrival album. It is my favorite song from the Arrival album. It is Dum Dum Diddle. Yes, this is my top. Is in my top 5. Yes, I know it is, but I really like it. I already said it. This is one of my favorites. I love the heck out of this song. This is one of my all-time favorites from them. Clear, it's number 4. Definitely their most underrated song for me. That is. So many people hate on this song, and I really don't get it. Still, I like I said before, I don't get it. But yeah, that's my number 4, Dum Dum Diddle.
Well, my number 4 and my number 3 are both from the Visitors album from 1981, and my number 4 is One of Us. Yeah, another fantastic ABBA song. I love the lyrics on this one. I really like the music video for it as well. I think it's got everything you want in an ABBA song. I don't feel like this one gets talked about enough. From the biggest hits. But yeah, that's my number 4.
That's a really good song. I agree. It's definitely an underrated song. I agree. Now, my number 3 is going to be a song that I feel is even more underrated from the Visitors album. That is going to be I Let the Music Speak. This song is so good. I love the heck out of this song. It's like one of those songs where it's like the lyrics are so good. This is like such a great, underrated song on the album, in my opinion. The first time I ever heard, I'm like, the song's amazing. But when I was revisiting their discography again, and I was keeping updated on the group chat, this song really touched me again, like it did a while ago. This is Probably one of the main reasons why The Visitors is one of my top 3 favorite ABBA albums, and quite possibly might be my favorite ABBA album. Who knows? Yeah, this is amazing song. Love it so much. That's my number 3.
I think the Visitors might be their best album lyrically. It's probably their best album.
Yeah, Bjorn and Benny really did a great job writing the album.
Yeah. So I get to my number 3, which is my favorite song for the Visitors, and that's "Slipping Through My Fingers." It's one of my favorite ABBA ballad that they did. I love the vocals on it, especially. But I think it's quite an emotional sounding song, and it definitely fits with what they were going through at this time. I love lyrics on it as well. Yeah, it's a brilliant song, that one.
Great choice. My number 2. You mentioned this on. It was your number 5. It's my number 2. The Winner Takes It All. Yes, from the Super Trooper album. I'm gonna be honest. Super Trooper is not one of my favorite albums from them. I really like it. There's a lot of great songs on it, but I gave it a 10 out of 10. But compared to the other albums, so like the first 2 was like my bottom 2, and like 9, 8, and 7, I would say Voyage. But this would like be number 6, and like a lot of people would say Super Trooper is one of their best albums, if not their best album. I like it a lot, but I will say this is the best song on Super Trooper by far. This should have been the closer to that album. This gives off album closer vibes. I don't know why it's so early in the album, but besides that, this is an amazing song. This is such a powerful song for them because there was a lot going on with the relationships around this time, so this quite suits that. But yeah, this is what a great song this is. The Winner Takes It All.
Yeah. I'll get to my top 2, which were both songs I didn't really talk about when we were reviewing Arrival. That's the song "Know Me, Knowing You" from Arrival. Yeah, it's my second favorite ABBA song. I think it's brilliant. It's one of the more catchier songs. I like that the song instrumentally is quite positive sounding, but lyrically it's quite a dark sounding song. But I think the way they both go together, it's done really well. I don't think the songs to be done any differently.
Cool. Now we're gonna go to my number 1. This is my favorite ABBA song, and it's been my favorite ABBA song for a very long time. That's gonna be from their self-titled album, the one before Arrival. That is self-titled, like I just said. I do. This song is. I love this song. I love this song. It's one of those songs that's so addicting. Like you hear it once, and you're like, I have to listen to it again. You have to listen to it again and again and again. I've always loved this song from when I first heard it to now. I do. And I love the ending where like they switch keys, which is I always like when ABBA does that when they switch keys. It's always great. This is just a masterpiece. I love the saxophone playing. This is just like one of those top songs ever. Really, this is an amazing song, guy. If you never heard the song before, definitely check it out. Whoever's watching this.
Yeah, it's one of the better songs. Definitely, it probably be my top 15 ABBA songs. But I'm just looking. It's not on the ABBA Gold album. Which I'm a bit surprised about.
That upsets me. I like ABBA Gold. It's a good like beginner album for someone who only knows like a song or two. But man, I do should have been on there. It's like for me, it's my favorite ABBA song, and it's like one of those songs that like people should know. It's definitely in terms of their hits. I say it's extremely underrated. I mean, of course, it's one of their hits, but in terms of their big set of hits that they had, this is probably one of their more underrated ones.
Yeah. Actually, what's quite weird about that ABBA Gold album, the first two tracks on it are both my favorite ABBA tracks. Because my favorite is Dancing Queen. Yeah, I think it's got everything you want in an ABBA song. It's always been my favorite. I find it the most catchiest of their songs, and yeah, from the beginning piano part to the song for the way it finishes. Yeah, I think it's just a perfect song all the way through. Yeah, that's my favorite ABBA song.
Good choice.
So there we go. We talked about our favorite ABBA songs and we reviewed the ABBA Arrival album.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm glad we did that.
One more thing I want to say before we close out. I just want to say ABBA is like one of the all-time greats. The harmonies, the writing. There's just one of those groups that like, it's like one of those groups that I feel like no one should hate. Like they just have like that positive vibe to them that I really like. It's not like positive in like the in your face kind of way. It's like positive in the kind of way where it's like where you can like it and not like feel forced. It's not forced happy music. It's happy music. It's not like here's happy music, shove it down your throat. It's one of those. It's really happy. It's great happy music, and I really like it. I really like ABBA. They're one of my favorites.
That's cool. Yeah, they'll probably be my top 20 bands for me. Yeah. I sometimes forget that they're not even English. That's Swedish.
I know.
I sometimes forget that when I listen to their songs.
I give them lots of respect for learning English and being able to sing it so fluently.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for joining this live stream, Nick.
Thank you for having me
on. Yeah, it was great. Thanks to whoever was watching. Thanks to Mike for those comments. So I guess we'll end the live stream here. Please enjoy your favorite ABBA songs in the comments of this live stream. What your thoughts are on the Arrival album if you've heard it. If you haven't heard it, highly recommend checking it out. But that's it for us. So until next time, ciao.